ambassador program. So we are currently looking for community leaders who are going to be ambassadors for this program locally. I'm here for 1 day and I'm leaving. But this ambassador is the local champion who will be here to be the head of this community on the ground. For those who are startup circle from developer circles, they know that there's a lead. The lead is the person that tells you about future events, to connect you when there's scholarships coming up, to be the point of contact between the local community and the Facebook team, right? We are looking for someone like that for startup circles, right? So, what does the startup ambassador do? Number one, they engage both online and offline with the community. So I told you about the group, the Facebook group, and the events that are held here. This ambassador will help with coordination of those events. You know, find the local trainer, take the content from Facebook and give it to the trainer so the trainer actually does it. Invite people to come to the room. All of this stuff is done by the ambassador. Support the local hub in running offline events, as I just said. So not only are you engaging with the community, but you are supporting and running it. Be thought leaders, and I'd say this is probably the biggest benefit to being an ambassador, because as an ambassador, you highlight yourself as the thought leader for entrepreneurship. You probably already know this person, but there's usually in every startup community one individual who you go to if you want to get introduced to an investor, who you go to because you want to be introduced to this company that is going to give you business, right? That person is the ideal ambassador because they're already connected and all they're doing is take this connection and pass it to this person, and take that connection and pass it to this person. And finally, they collect feedback. So this program is only going to work if it is run and completely engaging with the community. And so it's down to the ambassador to feedback to Facebook how this program can work on the ground. Again, I don't know if you can see it here, it's really small, but there's a link. So fb.me startup circles ambassadors. If you can't see it, I actually think what would really work is if I give Aminu all the links and he emails it to you after this session. So the email of how to join startup circles, the email of how to be ambassador. If you've all registered, you should have all your email addresses. We will just shoot it to you in an email, say tomorrow or something. Okay? And that's it from my presentation. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
Clear? Wow. Okay. There's one in the back.
From the Facebook manager, must you use any of the features there, or you just need?
Sorry, repeat the question.
For the Facebook business manager,
Yeah.
must you use any of the feature, or you just need the ID?
You just need the ID. You just need the ID because we don't need you to actually be using all the features on Facebook, but the business manager ID allows us to track you as a business in terms of your growth, right? So, which APIs are you plugging into later, right? Right now, maybe you have a business manager ID that you just created yesterday. It has no activity, zero activity. But as you grow in this program, we can see how you are plugging into all the different APIs. Whether it is now you're using Facebook login, and people are using login to log into your application versus putting their email address, etc. That's already one layer of development in your business. Maybe you're using chatbots. Maybe you're plugging in to someone else's business that is also part of developer circles. So no, startup circles. So that's the purpose of the business strategy, is to see how you can grow without having to ask you each time. And we don't need to tell you how many customers you have now, because it will come in your business strategy.
I already have a what's it called Facebook ID. Okay, but I tried to register for the
cycle, the Facebook cycle or something, but I didn't see the place that they requested for ID.
Right. So there's two applications for programs that we're running. We have an accelerator program and we have startup circles program.
Yeah, I signed the cycle.
In the startup
Yes,
circles.
cycle, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can show you here.
Yeah, I finished them.
Okay. So this is the link that you get when you click through the startup circles. So you'll have name. Oh, let's call this name, and then last name, and then we'll call the email at email.com, and then here you can say startup circle Lagos Kano, right? And then it says here, enter your business manager ID. If you don't have one, you click there, and it should take you somewhere to open a different business manager ID, right? So, oh, it's already done. Go back. So if you click on this, it says here, click here if you don't have a business manager account, and then you click on that, and it should open up a different link for you to see. I have a lot of business manager IDs, but you create a new one. You get it?
Yeah, I did.
Cool. And so then you'll need to fill out the rest of this form. It's a very simple form, which is like name of your company, the email, the website, whether you're a B2B or a B2C, what stage your company is in, and you fill the rest of this form and you press send. You have to click on these two things, obviously, and you press send. And that's it. That's the whole application process. Correct. Yeah. No. No. The question was, does the business or product that you're trying to build, does it need to use a product from Facebook? The answer is no.
You mentioned about APIs. So what does
What does
it mean?
an API mean? Okay. An API is a way for your business, let's say you have a business on Instagram, right? And people are messaging you on Instagram, right? For you right now as a business to reply to that, to those messages, you have to log into your Instagram account, and you have to like go through each one and respond to them, right?
Yes.
But it'll be much easier if you can port that information automatically into your laptop, right, as a business, and also have standard responses that you can do that, right? So you're not actually having to do that with your phone. An API is a way for your business or your software or your website to speak to Facebook and to pull information away from it without you having to do it manually. That's what an API does. So as your business matures and as you grow your business, you will need a way for talking automatically to different bits of information from Facebook, so you're not doing it manually each time.
So does that mean like an automated response, like an automatic response?
That's one of the uses of an API. There are lots of different APIs that you can use. You can use an API that does login. You can use an API that does Messenger. You can use an API that plugs into camera. There's lots of different ways that you can use APIs. But you don't have to worry about that yet. I would say focus on your business. Focus on what product you are building and what solution you are building for what problem. And then how you build APIs can come later. Maybe you don't use APIs at all. But it is natural when you are a business and you have hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of customers that you don't deal with things manually. It becomes not possible for you to be dealing with things manually.
So, what I understand from Startup Circle is that it's quite different from Startup Weekends and SG.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah.
so because SG and Startup Weekend, they're more like focused on like new people.
Mhm.
You know, people without experience, anybody can join this circle. You know, they can learn and grow.
Yeah.
But startup circle is totally different.
Yes, so few things to call out. Startup Circles is not a one-off event, right? Startup Circles is a program where you're part of this community in the long term, right? Hopefully years that you're part of this program. And then Startup Circles is for people who already have a business, who want to get a community around them that are going through similar challenges. I can tell you for a fact that between 0 to 2 or 3 years old as an entrepreneur, most of the problems that you're facing are the same. I don't have a lot of money, I don't have a lot of time, I don't have someone building a company for me, I need to get access to this business so that they sell, so that they buy my product and they trust what I do, and I need to get some investment coming in. These are the same, whether you are trying to sell transportation or healthcare or fintech or any of those things. And so it's really important for you to form this community of people who are going through similar problems. So somebody might say, you know what, I'm struggling with finding a designer. And then somebody else is like, you know what, I'm struggling to find a designer, but in Kano there's 3 designers and this is their names. And this is how we use them. That's the intention with Startup Circles. Anything else? Any more questions from anyone?
Thank you, Mr. Presenter. My question here is, do you mean that you want to know the amount of entrepreneurs from different angles or different traits? Or do you mean you are going to make a network between entrepreneurs and community?
It's the second part.
Okay.
It's forming a network between entrepreneurs who are real entrepreneurs. Not people who I have an idea and this idea I'm going to build a website for it later on, but first I'm going to do my side hustle here because I just want to make some money. These, in my view, are not real entrepreneurs. Real entrepreneurs are actually building real businesses, and this is what they focus on, and this is their life, right? And with that level of commitment, then you start getting actual businesses coming out. And we'll meet 2 of the businesses here in a panel after this.
Also, again, as you say, you couldn't collaborate with someone that has idea, only someone that starts his business.
Correct.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Thank you.
No problem. I understand that the need might be people at idea stage right now. I would say if you have an idea, but you are serious about building this idea and you want to grow it into something that is a real business, make an application. Apply and build the case. So there's lots of information here. So it says, tell us about your business and tell us more about where it is, what is the product that you're building, and you can give a description here of what the business that you're trying to build is. So if you believe that it's still an idea here now, but very soon you will have a product, make the application. See how you get on. And I please request from every... Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, thank you, Mr. Wade. I think it is a feedback already.
Yeah.
For people with ideas that want to plug into this program, I think it's something you have to look at, to have a space for them. In that now you are advising them to do it. Then at the back end, when you're having your meeting and whatever stuff, to have consideration for those people that are equally coming to it later when the business come up, rather than waiting for when the business will come up, which might be later in the year.
Yeah.
You understand?
You see, the challenge there, and it's a good feedback. The challenge there is that you guys probably know, we all have these conversations and people sit down and you say, I have an idea and I'm going to build a business, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
You know? It's just talk. And so I would,
why I have a counter.
I would say if you want to make the commitment and you say that I want to apply for this program, I have an idea, but I'm going to build it in the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever, then apply. The form will not stop you applying. The only thing that will stop you applying is not having a business manager ID. But you can apply for a business manager ID and you get that automatically.
Sir,
So,
Yeah.
but I think it's just like institutions. Since this program is just like helping you make entrepreneurs. So I think those that are having an idea, if there is an idea stage, there are some people that
I get it. I get it. I'm with you. This is why I'm saying the program as it exists at the moment is not designed for helping people with ideas. It's designed for helping people with products, right? If we are saying that in Nigeria we are going to have 10 people applying with actual businesses and 100 people applying with ideas, then apply.
Yeah.
And show me that there are actually way more people applying with ideas, and then we will change the program to fit those people with ideas.
That's it.
For context, guys, in Nigeria, we have, in this program, we have 12 cities globally. 5 of them are in Nigeria, right? So we have Lagos, Kano, Kaduna, Port Harcourt, and Uyo, right? So we have 5 locations in Nigeria because we said that there's a lot of potential in Nigeria. We have received 30 applications from the whole of Nigeria. 30, right? We received 125 from Mexico alone, one circle. So if we want to say that we need to change the program, we need to have applications, and we need to have real applications. We don't need to have like somebody who says, oh, I'm thinking of launching a transportation startup here that you make orders online for a taxi. And it's like, yeah, okay, are you going to build Uber in Kano? Probably not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to have a real business that you apply, and we show that we have large numbers of applications from Nigeria. And if we can do that, then we can go back to California and say, we need to change this program, and we need to include ideas and not simply businesses that are real business.
also, there are some entrepreneurs, for example, they have a product, they have a business, but they don't have maybe a company or a registered company that will apply this kind of.
You don't need a registered company. As I said, the things that you need for this are a business manager ID that you can apply for automatically. You don't need any legal registration of a business. Sorry, I have do last question and then we can move. No. Digital businesses that have a product. I mean, I can make a website in 10 minutes. You should be able to get a website very easily.
So what if you have a Google My Business?
Sorry?
What do you have Google My Business? Something like there's a website that Google does. They call it Google My Business. Can we use that?
But what is it? Sorry, forgive me. I'm not close enough to
How do I explain it? It's a website that Google does for business. It's just like startup.
Yeah. So it builds a website for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you search, it's just like the way you have ads on Facebook. When you're on Google and you search for my business, it'll come up.
Sure.
Because I'm already registered Google My Business.
It's just like Facebook page for business.
Yeah,
for
so
Google.
So it's like a kind of website, something like that.
Sure.
But can we use it? That's the point.
Yeah.
Can we use it as a website?
You can. You can. All of these are ways for you to demonstrate that you are serious. As long as you can show that you are serious about wanting to build your business, then I think we can use that as a starting point.
And it is only registered for a product business. The business is only to have the product.
It has to be a tech-based product, yeah. So if you are starting a, I don't know, textile business that you are going to sell in the market with no digital presence at all, then it doesn't work.
Sorry if I'm bugging you.
No, I mean, that's why I'm here. I didn't come here just to like speak, because if it's just to speak, I could have done a video.
Yeah, forgive me, I'm a journalist, so it's
Yeah,
just
great,
like-
I'm back.
What I do is magazines, because you just brought up something that has to do with tech things.
Yeah.
So the reason why I brought up Google My Business was because a few months back we did GDGS, Google Digital Skills Training. So that was where they brought up Google My Business. So we talk about, I upload stuff that has to do with the magazine online. Like you can even buy online, you can book online. So I also have a hard copy product.
Sure.
Now the point is, I'm not a tech-based person, but I have my magazine online. So does it fit? Yes, that's why I brought it up.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's very specific.
Yeah.
I would say, once your questions become that specific, I would say just apply.
Just apply.
Just apply and we'll see.
Okay.
Right? Because what matters isn't your specific business. What will matter is how does this business relate to all the other businesses that are applying.
Okay.
So if we are getting a lot of businesses that are in that stage, that are, digital publications, and they are businesses, they're selling products, but they're definitely not core, or we're getting a lot of businesses like the gentleman there, who is a chatbot agency, then that is signal for us to modify the program.
All right.
So I think the program is tech-based.
Yes. We don't have that at the moment. So any business, any product that you're trying to release, it's always best to be very specific and narrow, to test and to iterate. If you're trying to do something that is everything for everyone, it's likely to fail. So that's why we're starting narrow, and we can build from there.
So what's
Not at the moment. So this program is not for agropreneurs, manufacturing, anything on that offline space. It's not fit for purpose. Can I register in advance? There's nothing to stop you. I'm just saying that you will get rejected. Any more?
My question here is, these commercial states, or we have even say commercial nation, Nigeria, so we have over 1 million of entrepreneurs, and they doesn't have an awareness on this program.
Yeah.
So, how can I aware them on this program, to invite them benefit on this program?
At the moment, because this program is still being developed, being refined, we're not doing any big marketing for it. So the way I would do it is if anyone you know, send them the link on WhatsApp, send them the link on email, tell them I attended this talk. They were talking about this new program. I think it's very interesting, you should apply. And if they say, I don't know how to do Business Manager ID, just tell them click through and make one up. Right? You don't have to have anything in present, you just need to apply.
Okay. There is no limitation of age, even 8 years.
8 years old? Okay. I will say, use your judgment.
There is an
Alright? Use your judgment. This is for people, I keep saying this is for people who are serious, who are going to start a business. If you have some genius who's got a business who's 8 years old, okay, guys, one at a time.
One house. Please, I think we have to stop the questions
Yeah.
so we can go to the next.
Yes, please, because I think we're running over a lot. Thank you very much for your time.